The Garrett Perry Podcast on 88.7 CFUR. I'm here with a good buddy of mine, Joel Stewart. Hi.
Hey, Garrett.
We went to school. Maybe you should talk closer than I said.
Okay.
And let's see. I always got to fiddle with the technical difficulties before we go really live on the air. We got a multicam set up for the first time on my show. How does it feel to be the first guest?
It feels pretty interesting. I like it.
Can you hear talking in the mic now?
Test.
It doesn't sound like I could hear you. Are you not talking loud enough?
Test.
Let's try this other mic.
Test. Oh, I can hear myself on that mic.
Geez, yeah, there you go. Technical difficulties dealt with early on with the show.
Yeah, wrong mic.
Wrong mic the whole time. Okay. This is crazy. We have so many crazy things to talk about. We don't even know what we want to talk about first. That's how crazy it is. And I don't think a full hour is going to be able to be enough time. You know, right?
Yeah, it's such a short amount of time for how much we have to talk about.
So much. The world has been going crazy. My world has been flipped upside down. Joel, you don't even live in Prince George. What are you doing on a show called GP Does PG?
Oh, I came here to visit my good friend Garrett Perry.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. That's the greatest reason to come to Prince George. But you lived in Prince George for a short amount of time, too, yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, I lived here for about a couple years, I believe.
Right after high school. Did you go, right after university.
Yep.
Because you went to university. But not here, at this university.
No.
At a different one. Which one?
I went to BCIT in Vancouver.
How was that?
It was really good. They really teach you well there.
You got taught well?
Yeah, got taught well.
You're all taught up? Teach to the ceiling?
Yes.
If they had the same programs offered at BCIT here at UNBC, would you have considered UNBC as a university to go to?
I really honestly just wanted to get really far away from home, so
You ran away.
yeah, and I wanted to get rid of leave the snow behind. So Vancouver is a really good option.
So it was personal with the weather.
Definitely.
You didn't want to be shoveling no snow.
Yeah, and we're in New Hazelton, it gets anywhere between minus 40 and plus 40 throughout the whole year, so it's really cold and
That's
really
like
hot.
a huge 80-degree gap.
Yes.
It gets so hot. I remember dealing with that 40-degree weather, those hot spells. I don't know what I would rather. You know what? I think you made a good choice. I think Vancouver was a good choice. I don't have to deal with all this snow.
Yeah, it's pretty much spring all year round there, so
Yeah, this is the Garrett Perry Podcast on 88.7 CFUR. We might have some callers calling in. Nope. No callers. Too bad. People could actually phone in. We have a live. It's Saturday, January 19th. I know this gets a few rebroadcasts. So if you're listening to this later on, you're like, oh, I want to call these guys. You can't. But if you want to call now, you could call at 778-693-2387. And you get like this automated play message. And you just hit 1. And then you could talk to us. It's weird. I want to test it out. Or we could call other people too, but I don't know who we could call. I don't know anybody's phone number. I don't feel like phoning my mom while I'm on the air without any notifications. I think that might be a problem. I think you have to know where the audio is going. So, you brought your Switch with you and all your games.
yes.
This is exciting. What is the most recent game that you got?
The most recent game, that would be Tales of Vesperia?
Tales of Vesperia.
Yes.
And that looked like a Japanese animation to me, just from the title. I'm judging the book from its cover right now.
Yeah, it's pretty much like playing an anime, which is really interesting. They have very beautiful artwork, and apparently it's actually a remake from a game from 10 years ago.
Oh, really?
So they remade it, remastered it, like really good graphics and artwork, and yeah.
That's fantastic. I know you're also playing Pokemon Go. No, that's not the right one. That was on the cell phone.
It was Pokemon Let's Go.
Pokemon Let's Go. And that's a recreation of Generation 1. But you choose between... You have to purchase the Eevee game or the Pikachu game right off the bat.
Yes.
And you picked Eevee. But you don't get to evolve it?
No, you don't get Evolve Eevee, but you can catch another Eevee in the game and evolve it, though.
So what? You're hoarding Pokemon on this game. So this is like it kind of.
I think that pretty much just explains Pokemon in a nutshell right there. That's pretty much just hoarding Pokemon.
But what do they get used for? What does Professor Oak use these Pokemon for?
That's a very like $1 million question there, Garrett.
No one knows. Do you think he's got like? Do you think he's eating them? Can you go visit your Pokemon that you've?
Well, you can take them out and they have the same name, but I don't know if they're the exact same Pokemon though.
So, I see. It's kind of like a bank. He's like spending the Pokemon by eating, but he's getting more Pokemon in and kind of trading them around. Maybe he's breeding them and eating them. Maybe he's Colonel Sanders.
That very well might be true, Garrett. He looks.
He does
the
look
two actually look pretty close together.
Conspiracy theory just started here. Is Professor Oak actually Colonel Sanders? And is Gary Oak Ronald McDonald? Because he's a clown. Do you get to run into Gary Oak in those games and catch him?
Actually, I think you do. You do get to actually battle them, I believe, at the very end. Like,
are they the gym leaders like they were in Generation 2? Or are they just after the Elite Four?
Pretty sure they're just after the Elite Four. Pretty sure it's post-game.
I wonder if you get to fight Ash only on the Pikachu version, and you could fight Gary on the Eevee version. That would be interesting. Different alternate bosses. That way you have to buy bows to battle them both.
That would be a lot of money spent.
They're expensive. Video games are so expensive these days. But I guess they always were when they first come out.
Yeah, apparently back in the day, they used to be about $80 for a Super Nintendo game.
Okay, so that's about square to what new games are.
But then they really reduced in price, like later on, to about, I don't know, I think it was like $30.
Oh, really? What, like
PlayStation?
Oh, but now they're back up there.
And now they're back up there to about $80
Those
a piece.
greedy bastards. Well, there was a crash, and there was a video game crash early on, wasn't there?
That I don't know.
They were starting to like develop really crappy games, like the E.T. game, #1 worst game, and there was no quality control. They weren't improving. They were just like churning out crap. So that's probably why. And then people weren't buying them anymore for $80, so they had to lower their price. But now the quality is back up there. We're good to go.
That we are.
So, we used to make short films back in the day, and I'm using one of my cameras, if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, and it's actually a 480p camera, so it's low quality, and I dropped it in a river at one point, so now there's like water on the lens. I didn't think it was actually going to work again after that, but I put it in a bowl of rice.
Yeah, I believe it didn't work initially, and then it took you like a month or something, and then finally just came back to life, and you're like, oh, look, I have a camera again.
Yeah, and I used it, and I made some movies again after that, but you could tell the difference of quality because of that water on the lens issue. And it's like on the inside, you can't just like clean it from the outer lens, which I've tried.
It's a literal watermark.
Yeah, so you can't duplicate that shot. That's us. I don't know what's on the camera. I haven't booted it up in a while, but I think I'm going to cut together a little documentary of what's on the camera. And if it's just what I shot before the show, you can see some pre-show banter. Only on the YouTube channel, because it won't be on the air on 88.7 CFUR. 9 minutes. Doing good. I have to do one of those every 15 minutes or so, early. So anything you want to talk about?
I don't know. What's really changed with Prince George? I haven't been here for about, I don't know, let's say 5 years.
Yeah, it's ever growing. They've made hotels since you've been gone. There's been a lot of increase of hotels. I was showing you all the fast food places that changed because that's really interesting to me.
Yeah, I noticed that there's actually a lot of U.S. fast food places that have came to Prince George.
Yeah.
which is really neat.
Maybe they're like following suit with Target trying to come take Canada, but they're doing it a little better. Target didn't have no respect for Canada. And they had to leave with their tail beneath their legs. Like a shameful dog that peed in the kitchen. Dead space.
So how do you like it here in Prince George, Garrett?
You know, it's not bad. I've been through hell and high water here, but it probably didn't matter where I was. I was gonna go through some of those issues, learning curves, man. Things they never taught you in high school, like life sucks. It's no fun. You gotta make the most of it.
Yeah, it's definitely an adventure on its own.
Yeah, I'm not cut out for work 5 days a week. Apparently, I've failed at it every time I tried. Might try it again. We'll see. Maybe a better attitude will help me.
Yeah, it definitely is just kind of do what you can and not worry about what you can't do.
Yeah, exactly. It's just that constant worrying somehow was a problem for me. They call it anxiety, but that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's nothing you could do about anything. Or no, maybe they could do something about everything. Who knows? Depends how you look at it, really.
Yeah,
But that's like the real nihilistic. Everything sucks. I'm gonna be sad. Put my head in a hole like an ostrich in the sand. Hide my way away from the world. You know, I'd like to stick my head in the sand like an ostrich one day. I think that would be hilarious.
that would definitely look pretty hilarious, I would think.
I think there's another
Grown
idea.
man with his head in the sand.
Now that's how you go to a beach. I like it. So what was your favorite short film that we made back in the day?
Favorite short film? I'd say actually pretty much all of them were always pretty interesting because we always just grabbed random items that we had lying around and we just kind of just decided to make films that way. It was all very ad hoc.
Improv.
Yes.
They were improvisation filmmaking.
Yeah, pretty much I believe every hour we're able to make like 15 minutes of film or so.
I'd say it would be closer to 5. We would do it during our lunch hours. We'd get together and everybody would bring an object and we wouldn't use them every time. We've had great success making hilarious movies and we also made a lot of bad ones.
Definitely.
But that's all part of the process. Robert Rodriguez would be happy with me. You got to make a lot of bad movies before you can start making the good ones, apparently.
Yeah, we also made a live action film, I believe, of clay animation.
Oh, Robert Benfer, the clay animator. He made these little blue clayman animations, and they were all the rage in high school between a few of us. I don't know if everybody watched them. And everybody got really familiar with the episode The Glass of Water, and in that episode there was a glass of water and everybody was like, somebody spilt it and everybody just started drowning in it. It was hilarious.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for the glasses of water. They're pretty dangerous.
And it was awesome. We recreated all the silliness. You played the fireman that came and tried to save the day with some rope.
That I did.
That was a great one. I did act in the last shot, but then I reshot the whole ending because I was so excited running around getting all the shots. I was pressing record and I would stop recording as I said action, and then as the clip was ending I would hit record and record in between the scenes. So there was me running around like a maniac setting up the shots, and then when the action was supposed to start the film would stop. It was very maddening at the time. But it also made the ending a little stronger because we had to do a reshoot. Because we were running out of time. Kids were coming into the lunchroom where we were shooting. And it was very noisy. So I'm glad we got to reshoot the ending. Did you know about Robert Benfer's scandalous past? No?
No, I don't think
He
so.
started selling box sets of his claymation movies on DVD, and he'd sell like the 3 discs, and he would open up pre-sales for it and sell a whole bunch for like $58. But eventually, like, he stopped coming through with them, and people weren't receiving their DVDs. And then he would continue. He would start selling more, and he would take more pre-orders and pumping more videos on YouTube. Okay, and like after a while, he was like giving up. He was just like really crappy videos, like, I don't know. So he scammed thousands and thousands of dollars out of his fans selling this, and he never came through with it. It was awful. It was a sad part. Sad ending to something that inspired me and, well, everybody, a lot of people.
Yeah, it was definitely really good claymation that he did.
Yeah. The pancake mines, where they're going around sitting on pancakes. If you wanted to look this up on YouTube, it's under Knox, Knox. And I think it's claymation after that with a K.
I believe so.
He's very much a part of the KKK, Nazi, everything, all that crap. Pretty sure that's what he wants to be known for. Do you remember Jason Steele in Film Cow? Charlie the Unicorn?
Yeah, I do remember that. I believe they actually have like six of those.
There's 4.
4.
And he did a... It's not... I think it was a Kickstarter. And he wrote a script for like a 20-minute big finale as the 5th Charlie the Unicorn episode. So I contributed it to it, I think. And he made a whole bunch of money from that, but it's still coming. Hopefully that isn't another dead Kickstarter project, because it happens every once in a while.
Yeah, and I believe he also did llamas with hats.
That's correct. That kills people, Carl. Oh, I'm in the wrong here. Carl, there's a dead human in our living room.
It's definitely pretty dark humor. But because it's llamas, I don't know, it has an interesting spin on it.
And they're cute.
Yeah.
They have hats.
Llamas with hats. I think there's actually like 6 of those. I think that's what I was thinking of regarding.
Oh, you're wrong again. There's 12.
Oh, wow.
There's like 4 that came out, and they are like, well, spread apart. But then when the 5th one came out, they like came out within a week of each other. He's like, oh, the rest from number 5 to 12. And it's hilarious, because what I'm about to tell you is going to blow your mind. So, I don't know. Carl just gets crazier and crazier within those first 4 episodes. And then he pushes his friend Paul, which is the name of the other one. He finally gets named farther away. And he gets so bad, he actually kills everybody on the earth, including the other name. And he goes crazy, and he sees this mask floating in the air as his friend Paul. And it ends with him jumping off a bridge committing suicide. And that's how the Llamas with Hats series ends, on a very damper, very
really
sad.
Dark.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I recommend it. And these days, he's keeping busy making novelettes. He just had another Kickstarter, but this one's for his cat, Luca. He's getting sick. I think that is over now, but it already became twice the amount of gold that he wanted. He wanted $2,500 to help pay for the cat surgeries. But people kept giving, and he's got like 7,000 or more now.
It's quite a bit.
Are you a fan of Jim Ether at all?
I haven't heard of Jim Ether
No?
before.
He's an artist. And he's famous for the $6 mystery paintings. You've probably seen some of his art in my house. I'll have to point it out. There's some really disgusting pieces of art I got him to paint for me. But that's not what he's known for. He's known for his more childish kind of demeanor and silliness. I think I took a lot of inspiration from him with my own painting. He does a YouTube painting show called Painting with Jim.
Huh.
But it's like very underground. I think it only gets a couple hundred views per episode, and it's been a while since the last one. Another reason why I like doing my show, Psychiatric Painting with Perry. Have you seen that in a few episodes? You said.
Yeah, I've watched a couple episodes of yours.
What do you think?
I don't know. I like it. I like it. I like the artwork, and I don't know. It tells a story kind of.
Which episodes did you see, or what art pieces?
Which one? I seen the one where you painted Alex Etier with his violin.
Yeah.
And I remember your most recent one.
Another person that we went to high school with.
Most recent one with the Pokemon Mew and Homer. Those ones that very come to mind, at least.
And Stimpy. That's the newest one. Episode 9. I'm going to do episode 10 while you're visiting, and I'm going to paint you. I think I told you this already, so it's not really a surprise. So you're going to be the guest on that show, too. So exciting. People who stick around and watch our YouTube or listen to us on the radio, you can check out my YouTube page, youtube.com/DOIJJ. Still rocking it.
Classic.
That's where I released all my videos. You could actually go back years and years now. I think it's almost up to 10 years since we're making some of those high school films. It's kind of like became an archive as much as YouTube for me. It's become a tool.
Yeah, it can definitely be a career in its own for some people.
Yeah. I've been making YouTube videos, but it's not really consistent. And, I don't really get that many views. I get in the tens of views right now. So, be more interesting, Joel.
I don't know how to be more interesting.
Do it, Joel. Be more interesting. Okay. Too much pressure.
I can whistle like a bird.
Oh, let's hear it. Oh, red crested booby.
That's a really random thing that I can do.
What other kind of whistles do you know? Is that the only one? Oh, that sounds like a chickadee. Chickadee-dee-dee-dee. Cheeseburger. Those are the signs. Those are the birds of the chickadees. That's the best I could do. It could sound like a parrot or Garrett.
Parrot?
Garrett.
Garrett.
Grand Prairie Garrett Perry. Jester Solution Joel Stewart. No, it doesn't. I was just making the J and the S. I didn't make them rhyme well enough. Jester Stewart. Socket? Nah, I don't know. Now I'm struggling. Oh my god. We got like 30 minutes left. 36 minutes left.
I'll just fly by.
Just fly by. What's your... It does fly by usually.
Sound like you're going to ask a question there.
I didn't have anything. You're listening to the Garrett Perry Podcast on 88.7 CFUR. So many things to talk about. So my room got flooded when I went home for Christmas. It was a water leak underneath my floor, and it wrecked my bed. It was going on for months, and it was kind of like a slow leak, kind of seeping up through the floor. And then when I left, they were doing some work outside my building, and when they like shut down the water for a short period of time and then turned it back on, and when that happened, something must have busted or something, because there was about 2 inches of water, they said, in my room.
That's horrible.
Yeah, but the worst part was the actual 3 weeks leading up to that, or 3 months, of this little bit of moisture in my room. A lot of my stuff got moldy. I'm not really impressed. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it pretty much just forces you a clean slate of just throwing stuff out.
Yeah, I am a hoarder. It's a condition. It's very early on, and it's so early on that saying I'm a hoarder is not really true, because I'm addressing it now before it's getting bad. It's not like it's getting to those symptoms where there's just so much stuff that there's boxes piled to the ceiling, and there's pathways through your stuff in your house.
When you require a map to find where your stuff is.
And I think at that point it doesn't even matter. Just like, my stuff! my stuff. It's important to me. I have a box of 8 tracks. It's my grandpa's old 8-track collection with a few that I picked up in thrift stores, the rock and roll ones that I could find. But I'm never going to listen to them. Half of them are wrecked anyway. I should just toss them out. But they're my grandpa's. Nah, I could do it. Maybe.
Yeah, if it doesn't work, then yeah, it might be good to.
But then, like, my record collection is so humongous, and I don't even listen to most of them. I should just like sell them or something. If anybody wants to buy some records, if you get in on the ground floor, you could email me at gpdoespg@gmail.com. Or if you wanted to be on my show, you could email me there. You can email me about anything. You got questions?
We got answers.
We got the answers. We know how to Google stuff. That's gpdoespg@gmail.com. I got one email, but it wasn't from anyone in Prince George. It was from some Toronto, York University. They wanted to do an interview with me or somebody with the station about volunteering. So that's pretty cool.
That's exciting to get noticed by Toronto.
I wonder how they found my email. Were they listening to Cipher or something? Because I do say that email in the ad. I made a little ad for my show, but it's just me talking. I thought I wouldn't add any music because there isn't any music on the show. Usually. Sometimes I do, but I say it's not the podcast anymore. It's the GP playlist. But I didn't bring any records today. So we're stuck talking.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting being here in the recording room.
Yeah, you were quite impressed that we're coming up here and we're actually allowed. We had got a key from security to come up here. It's legit, man. We're in a studio. Oh, I ran into the mayor. Mayor Lynn Hall. He's going to be on a future episode of GP Does PG on the radio on 88.7 CFUR. How exciting. I'm super stoked.
That is pretty exciting to get the mayor.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never heard him on the station before, but I don't listen all the time. I only listen to it in my car sometimes. And I only listen to it so I could hear myself on the radio in between the shows. That's how self-centered I am.
How do you like hearing yourself back?
It's embarrassing sometimes, but I think you have to do it to grow. If you don't do it, you don't grow. Really. Because I don't know. I like listening to the music shows better because it's only a little bit of me talking, and then it's music that I like to listen to anyway. I get to re-listen to it because when I'm putting on the music show, I got to spend like 30 seconds or whatever adjusting the next song. 3 camera setup, man. This is a big deal. I'm going to have to edit this.
Yeah, there's a lot of different angles going on.
There's 3, man. There's a close-up of me. There's a close-up of you. And then there's the wide shot. And the wide shot is But I'm going to have to go and edit this is the thing. And this is extra work I don't really want to do. But I guess it's just like a proof of concept for the mayor, really. That we can do this.
You gotta impress the mayor.
Yeah. I've interviewed him before, though, believe it or not, on a previous show I did called The Garrett and Carl Show. It was a very early incarnation of GP Does PG. It was like a long form show. I imagined it being on Shaw Cable 10, but they didn't like it. They don't know what's good unless it kisses them on the booty. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Thank you.
I agree.
So email Shaw Cable 10 and tell them how much you think GP Does PG would belong on Shaw Cable 10. I'm a Shaw customer now. I'm getting my internet through Shaw. So I might have good things to say about them, or I might have nothing to say at all, like Mom used to say. '88, 88, 88.7, 88, 88, 88.7. That's the station you're listening to. Super chill.
C for 88.7.
I think we should do this for 4 hours.
Would that even be enough time, though?
No, it wouldn't be enough time to talk about all the stuff that we need to talk about. You know? So, ideally, 4 hours would be a minimum. This 1 hour, not enough time.
Like, what about those cups at fast food places? You know, they just hand you an empty cup nowadays and you have to fill it up yourself.
What is this? I've paid good money for this service. You know, you want like $3 for this drink, and I have to do the work?
And why do they also need to know what you're getting? Like, they say it's for inventory, but what if I say that I'm just going to get Coke, Sprite, and, say, root beer all in the same thing, get a little sip? Not like it because those things really taste weird together. Dump it out. Wait till they're not looking. And then fill up just some iced tea.
I don't understand. So you ask what you want and you say a cola and they mark it down?
Yeah.
They need to know. You just say, I want a drink. Give me a drink.
Yeah, they just give you an empty cup.
Yeah, that's right. And that's everywhere now. There's very few places where you could go and they'll fill up your cup and treat you like the royalty that you are.
Yeah, I remember ordering from McDonald's way back when. They'd actually just give you a cup of iced tea.
They knew how much ice to put into. Way too much. There's more ice than there is drink, and you end up with this wasteful cup of ice. And what do you do with it? Dump it out.
I used to just wait until basically I'd head home and it'd be melted already and then just drink water.
I like to let the ice melt in the drink so it kind of waters down the pop a little bit. And it's cold. I like it. Feels like I'm wasting less.
That was the one point I had to bring up.
You know, it was a good point. What do you think about the flavor shots in the fountain drinks?
I actually really like those. You know, you can never generally get vanilla Coke, so it's really nice to be able to just put vanilla in the flavor.
Wasn't Denny's enough for you? You go to Denny's, you could get a vanilla Coke. They would put vanilla in a cup and then put the Coke in it, and it would be a vanilla Coke. What's wrong with that?
Just go to Denny's.
You don't go to Denny's?
No, I go to IHOP because I'm from down south.
Oh, down south in Vancouver where they have, the big fancy IHOP. Well, are they open 24/7?
That they are not.
Boom! Denny's wins. We could go to Denny's at 4 o'clock in the morning and they will serve us whatever we want. We want breakfast. You want a burger. You want the seniors menu. You got to be 55 though. But the senior menu is cheaper, but there's less food. But I guess when you're 55, you don't need to eat as much.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I probably don't need to eat as much as I do. But it happens.
Do what you do.
Do what you do. That burp was brought to you by 88.7 CFUR. Complimentary burps. You have any burps for us?
That I don't.
You don't have any burps.
No.
You know, I don't know if this episode's really turning out because how could you not bring a burp? How selfish can you be?
Too selfish to bring a burp.
I'm trying to be all polite, but the listeners at home, they want burps. That's why they tune in. They're like, Garrett's on the radio. I bet he's gonna burp, and I don't let the fans down.
Do you think they have a game about it where every time Garrett burps, does they take a drink?
I hope so. That would be a dream of mine. But I've had broken dreams before. Sometimes I just dream that like nobody's listening. We're just broadcasting. People are like listening to music, and then it turns to 7 o'clock on Saturdays, and they turn the station and they go to a different station.
That's very sad.
That's a freaky thought to me, man.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like my mom didn't hug me enough. You know, but that's not right. My mom hugged me just enough to make me the unique individual that I am. How was your mom on hugs?
Oh, great.
She's good on hugs. How do you rate her hugs?
A mother's hug is always a 10, Garrett.
Always a 10. That a boy. You've been listening to any music lately?
No, not really.
You don't listen to music?
No. Actually, I do actually listen to one really old song. Let's see.
Is it Ave Maria?
No, it's actually.
Is it House of the Rising Sun?
No.
Is it Born in the USA?
No.
Is it...
Oh, Motown.
Oh, you listen to Motown music?
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Motown.
That's awesome. Motown is fantastic. I have some Motown brand records. They usually have some pretty sweet music on their record label.
Yeah, I've been really getting into Motown for when doing traveling.
Nice. So you're on an airplane this morning. Did you listen to any music on the plane?
On the plane, I honestly just had a nap.
Oh yeah, it is a short flight from Vancouver to here.
Yeah, and then getting ready to travel here and everything, just having a nap on the plane just seemed like a right idea.
Yeah, we're gonna be playing some video games later tonight. I invited some friends, and then my friends invited a friend, and they didn't tell me. Well, they told me that it's gonna happen, but I'm like, whoa.
There's actually one other point I have too, actually, with airplanes. So when I took the flight today, normally they offer you like a complimentary beverage.
Yeah.
This time they just offered either water, orange juice, or apple juice, and that was it. You only had those.
You couldn't get a Coca-Cola?
Couldn't get any pop or anything. It was just those three choices.
Orange juice, apple juice, or water.
Yeah, only those. Not even coffee, which I know a lot of people just drink coffee. So,
were there alcoholic beverages for sale?
Nope, just those three.
Might have been too early. It was 11. That's pretty shameful.
Yeah, because I know most times they have the cart that they just bring down the aisle and they just offer you whichever choice you prefer.
You could get like a ginger ale, usually any kind of pop, almost. Well, there's a couple kinds. It's the air. You got to bring it all with you.
So I felt that was...
What did you get?
I got orange juice.
Oh, nice. Good choice.
Yeah, I didn't really want water, so I wanted something like nutritious for breakfast, I guess.
Well, that's pretty sugary. Did you eat it all this morning?
Yeah, actually, I had McDonald's this morning.
Oh, well, there you go. Nutrition.
Nutrition at its greatest.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's just something about a bacon, egg, muffin, and a hash brown and an orange juice, in the morning.
I don't normally go to breakfast at McDonald's because I don't get an orange juice. I normally get a Coca-Cola. And it's like, I'm going to have pop for breakfast. It feels like the thing to do.
It's definitely a sugar rush really early on then.
Too early.
Yeah, most days I actually just start off with just an oatmeal and a coffee from Tim Hortons.
But it was a special day. You had a travel day. Got the bacon and egg McMuffin.
Yeah.
McMuffin. Is that right?
Yep.
Oh, man. Why did I laugh at myself there?
Yeah, generally I try to eat somewhat healthy Monday to Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, I just kind of eat whatever. So
cheat day.
It's kind of a good way to live life, You have some balance there.
Yeah. Your life isn't a total whole from eating healthy.
Yeah, because it gets boring eating healthy all the time. There's a lot of good flavors out there that, but they're generally bad for you if they taste really good.
Yeah. That's the stuff they should have taught you in school. Life sucks. Food that sucks is the one that make you healthy. And the food that you want to eat will kill you.
Yeah, like what's up with cauliflower?
I think it's a tumor.
Like
It's a theory of mine.
like it's like the tofu of vegetables.
It's just a plant tumor. That's all it is. Sorry to say, folks, you learned it here first on the Garrett Perry podcast. GP does PG. 88.7 CFUR. I hate doing those plugs. I've done so many of them, but it always kills the action of the conversation, you know?
But you got to plug the 88.7 FM Cipher. That was backwards.
You did it. You could be a host on the show now. You got everything down. You know what to say. You're good enough. You could be on the air. You know, they'll let anybody on the air on CFUR yearly if you're talented enough. If you're not even a student, you're a community member like me. You just pay a $20 yearly fee to be a part of the Radio Society of Seafer, and they'll train you up, teach you anything you need to know, let you develop your own show, help you if you need it, let you on the air, give you the keys. Here you are. GP does PG on the air for the masses to enjoy. I don't even know if anybody enjoys it.
Yeah, you've been doing it for a few years now, right?
Yeah, I started off playing music. I pre-recorded shows. I'd go on the alternative. I mean, not the alternative. Well, I guess it is the alternative community station, but CFIS, old boomer radio, old timer radio is what I was gonna say. But I guess it's true.
So, what made you decide to get into radio?
I was at a Chilliwack concert. Chilliwack was coming to town, and I was sitting in the front row beside a fan of CFIS, Boomer Radio. He said he found out Chilliwack was coming to town, and they played one of their songs on there. They have, every couple hours, they do this thing called an on-stage spotlight, where they'll play an artist of someone who's coming to town and do a little talk about them. And I don't know, it just blew my mind. He's like, wait, you could just go on the radio? Like, they'll let you? Like, you don't need to go to school or anything? And it's true. It was a little more lax there at first. Oh, it was really lax. But then if you want to start doing things their way, they'll teach you. But they're a little more kind of hammer on the table radio. I don't even know how to describe it. Here, it feels more relaxed, especially doing the show when no one's here. Like, we're the only people in Seafer studio right now, and when we leave, there probably won't be anybody until Monday. Who knows? I don't know if there's any Sunday shows. I could look at the schedule, but I'm not gonna. I should have just coughed in the mic. Just owned it. I think everybody at home would appreciate not hearing that. When I went to Vancouver last, you bought a guitar.
Yeah, I did.
It was a hollow body red guitar. What was the brand? Epiphone?
The brand, I can't think of it at the moment, but it was actually a Canadian brand.
Ooh.
And it was not made anymore.
Aftermarket. Nice.
Yeah, so
Yeah, we bought it at a
discontinued.
pawn store. Pretty lame one, but it had a cool guitar.
Yeah, I was looking for an open body guitar just because it's nice to have the.
Yeah, you were looking for an acoustic guitar, actually, but you got that one instead.
Yeah, it's more versatile, you know, you can actually plug it in and everything.
That's awesome. I should talk to my friend about getting my guitar back, and we should jam. I have a bass.
Nice.
It looks like Gene Simmons' bass a little bit. It's totally homemade. Somebody made it at home. It's like so it's unique. It's one in a kind, but also who wants one of a kind crappy?
It depends on how it sounds, I guess.
It sounds pretty good.
Yeah, if the quality's good. Then...
Yeah, like we plugged it in. You don't need the battery in it, but there is a battery and a switch you could put into it, like a 9-volt battery. But I don't know what that does yet because I didn't have a 9-volt battery when we were testing it out.
I actually had a guitar like that back in the day.
Yeah.
And pretty much what it did was switch it to kind of like an acoustic mode. So it sounded like an acoustic guitar.
Ooh. So I'm guessing it's going to be a little bit different with the bass. I feel like it's going to be overdrive. It's just going to be like, add the crunch, You know?
Definitely.
Have you seen any? Do you watch Netflix at home?
Yeah, I do actually watch some Netflix.
Have you seen Bird Box yet?
No, I haven't, but I heard there's a lot of controversy around it though.
Oh, really? What's the controversy?
Apparently people are actually doing like a bird box test at home or whatever.
Oh, the Bird Box challenge where they
Yeah.
black out all the windows and they try to drive with no sight and they crash and die.
Yeah, and they have like blindfolds on and everything, and
Pretty silly stuff.
people trying to navigate their house with blindfolds.
That seems more fun. I could do that. And break something maybe.
But yeah, there's just a huge controversy over it. Just seems very dangerous. They put out a statement, which I haven't really seen too often from movies.
I would have been really for a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
And this is Sandra Bullock.
Yep. I haven't seen it though.
So she only does like super big, humongous movies. Like last one was Gravity, and then she makes this Netflix movie. But I guess it got a lot of views. A lot of people watched it. I watched it just because everybody else did, and it was pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot. It was gripping and adventurous.
Yeah, it was on my watch list, but I just haven't got around to watching it yet.
Nice. I want to watch The Quiet Place. It's on Netflix now. I watched like the first 2 minutes of it, but I got distracted or something. I don't know. Gotta give it a real try.
Yeah, it's honestly a pretty decent show as well, I believe.
Yeah, John Krasinski, man, from The Office. It's Jim Halpert. Have you seen The Office?
I believe only a couple episodes.
You've only seen a couple episodes of The Office?
Yes.
My lord, you're missing out, man. That show has been like my life in Prince George ever since my Seinfeld DVDs got stolen.
I believe there's a famous printer episode, right? Where they take the printer out back and take care of it with baseball bats.
I think you're thinking of Office Space.
Oh,
the movie,
similar.
the Mike Judge movie. That movie, have you seen that one?
No.
Oh man,
I only know of the scene.
You're missing out so much that we should watch that movie too. It's awesome. Has I can't remember this actor's name, but he plays Milton in the movie Office Space, but he's also like the voice actor of Bill Dauterive in King of the Hill, and he's on that show with Joe Rogan where they're in News Radio.
Interesting.
He's a good actor, and you'd recognize him. He was actually in that show, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He plays one of the main characters' fathers. He's one of those working actors. You see him everywhere, but I don't know.
Kind of just under the radar.
I don't think so. I think he's on a lot of people's radars because he's so hilarious, too. He's a comedic actor, I would say. More than anything, I don't think I've ever seen him in anything serious. Except King of the Hill. It's pretty serious stuff.
It's very serious.
Man, we only got 10 minutes left and we didn't even chisel the surface of the stuff.
We've just had so much to talk about.
Yeah, we should have made a list to organize ourselves better. But like once we get the 4-hour time slot for GP Does PG, I think 4 hours. But it like once a week isn't enough too. I think it needs to be at least 5 days a week, like Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. till 10 a.m., something like that. But
then you might have enough time to talk about
I might have enough time to talk. I might even have enough time to play some music, some Prince George related music, some Canadian content, I think I would majority play Canadian content and try to be like, there's a 35 or 35% minimum mandate to play Canadian content. I would do that with local music. I'd only pay 35% local music, and then the rest would be Canadian content as well, just not Prince George or area located. That's how I imagine the 4-hour time slot Monday through Friday. But one could dream.
You got to chase your dreams, Garrett.
Yeah. I don't think that would be on camera. That'd actually have to be audio only. just because I don't have the time to edit 4 hours every day. Maybe like have a specific 1 hour of talk, and you could release 1 hour of the 4 hours a day. And that way it wouldn't take up too much of my time. And that could be like pre-production for the next show the next day. But that's ambitious. Maybe that's too ambitious. You never know. Sometimes I talk crazy. You got to dial it back a bit. But this is the Garrett Perry Podcast on 88.7 CFUR. We only have a few minutes left. I thought it'd be fun to try something new. Why don't you tell me the story about your belly button, Joel?
Oh, my belly button. Oh, wow. There's a lot to talk about there, Garrett.
Yeah, well, just like at the surface.
I don't know. It's an innie, I guess.
It's an innie?
Yeah, it's been there my whole life, I believe.
Your whole life?
Yeah.
Where do you think it was in the womb with you?
Oh, that was so long ago. It's hard to remember, but it definitely could have been. I don't know. It's definitely.
Do you ever put anything in your belly button?
Oh, no, that I do not.
You don't put anything in your belly button?
No, it's hard to get out if you put anything in there, Garrett.
Oh, you lose things in your belly button, you're saying?
Yes.
That's interesting. Oh no, I lost my playlist. Oh, I see. Sorry. Your belly button talk has gotten me all confused.
All flustered.
Oh, I hate ads, especially when they're not paid for. Sorry for the abrupt cut on this podcast. At this point of the radio show, I sang a couple of karaoke songs, and it was awesome. But I don't want to be sued. I don't want to have to take this video down, because I'm going to delete all the files off my computer after I upload this cut. So, I'm sorry. But if you send me a private message, or if you want to email me at gpdoespg@gmail.com, and you want to see that karaoke video, I'm going to be uploading it. I'm going to be cutting it together. So I'll give you a unlisted YouTube link, and with that, you may watch the video. But I feel bad that you don't get to watch it right away, and you're going to have to do some work to see the video to finish this podcast. But as I kind of teased earlier in the podcast, I had a bunch of video files on this camera that Joel is filming. Take a shot of yourself, Joel. Flip the camera around. Have anything to say?
Hey, no.
Putting you on the spot there.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the spot. I don't really know.
Yeah, you having fun holding the camera?
It's a little awkward how I'm holding it right now, you know?
Okay, well, flip it around.
Okay.
Give that to me. The show's about me. It's the GP Does PG podcast. Anyway, it's a little kind of documentary. I'm going to play full bits of songs because I have a few performances by James Dennis, Carl Wiesen. I believe there's even some old stuff of Whiskey Fingers. This camera goes back a couple of years that I've used it. I usually put the shots in black and white, but I will not be doing that. No black and white. This is just legit what the camera looks like. I'll be stretching out the files from 480p to 1080p, so it's going to look a little terrible. But life, man. That's why I got some better cameras. I'm going to be retiring this camera again. I'm going to go get another SD card and use a better camera for the next podcast, which I do not know who the guest is going to be. It may be Joel again. You can flip the camera around. It's Joel!
That it
This
is.
is a terrible shot.
That is. Probably hold that a little better, you know?
Okay, well, yeah, I hope you enjoy.
Well, I guess I was zoomed in there at that point, too, so.
Okay, so thank you, C, for giving me a place to host the GP Does PG podcast. I haven't done one at home in a while. I might one day, who knows. I want to Got some exciting plans for the future of podcasting, so stay tuned. Episode 30 is coming next, if you like to count.
That's 30. Wow.
GP Does PG podcast. Hello and welcome to Classic Canadian Rock. Wow! Shoot me in the face.
I don't have a gun, I got my fingers though.
It's time for Classic Canadian Rock.
Alright.
It's gonna be a good one, folks. We have so much great, innocuous, fantastic music for you. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of new band announcements. Garrett is in a band. Oh yeah. And a lot of great artists coming for the Cold Snap, for the game, for a lot of performers in town, and we're gonna catch all of them, aren't we, Garrett?
Nope.
Why not?
I'm not gonna go out of my house. Actually, I'm scared of people, and there's a lot of people.
There's like 15,000 more people in town.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't know what you look like. Think about that. They don't know you. They never even seen you before.
I think that's a good thing, actually. I like that. Let's keep it that way. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying. All right, let's rock on out. Here is Stampeder's Night Walker.
You know what I'm saying? Night Walker.
Thank you.
That was good stuff there.
That was good stuff. I like it.
I think what we got is steady and start pulling off our British accents now.
Oh, yeah. I think we should do our hit song when we're in Blind Vinyl. We should do Big Bad Wolf. I think it just sounds so cool.
I think it would be something really perfect right now.
Let's give it a shot.
Let's give it a shot then. Okay, let's count it out. You want to count it out? Yeah. Let's just go. There's no use in pretending I cannot hide my eyes. Why do you wanna be friends, babe, when there's so much more I like? Maybe let's just say I want you. Maybe it's not what I need, but the devilish look in your eyes, babe, it's making me want to fail. Don't be afraid when I come around. Big bad wolf's gonna blow your house down. Don't be afraid when I come around. Big bad wolf's gonna blow your house down. Don't be afraid when I come around. Big bad wolf's gonna blow your house down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I see you stretching over. I can't keep the smile from my face. Your lips look just like candy. Oh, how I wanna taste. Don't be afraid when I come around. around. Big bad wolf's gonna blow your house down. Don't be afraid when I come around. Big bad wolf's gonna blow your house down. Don't be afraid when I come around. Big bad wolf's gonna blow your house down.
Bring it down now, James.
Don't be afraid when I come around. Big bad wolf's gonna blow your house down. Don't be afraid when I come around. Big bad wolf's gonna blow your house down. Don't be afraid when I come around. Big bad wolf's gonna blow your house down.
Rock out now. Do the rock out thing. Ready? Ready?
That was good, that.
That was a good one.
Got chocolate?
Yeah.
Good. Let's start kicking the truck. Hitting it with that. Good turn.
Of course.
We should all switch verses on that song.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Go to the three of us.
Yeah.
Feeling is something ain't right.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
Coming down my
Yours have you, yeah.
makes me scared.
James Hetfield makes me scared. I will open the vibration and click that off.
Yeah, the camera's kinda
Even though it's dominoes, things would probably be better than a thing that can roll, I guess, right?
Yeah. Okay. All cameras are rolling. You're live.
We're live? We're good to go?
Okay.
Introduction. Hey, what's up? We're Whiskey Fingers. My name's JP.
It is, yeah.
I'm Ryan.
I'm, Paul? Carl.
Cool. This song is called Santa's Grave.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that song's in my lungs, it breathes out my strong. In between my teeth and right upon the tongue. And I'm taking on some oil from the deck, it's seeping through. And I hold this fast in my soul, so it's over for you.
Q&A up next.
Challenge. What is this, Brian? This is the.
Shotgun the fastest.
Oh, I can't shotgun worth shit, so
Neither can I.
I'm
I'm gonna be here for about 10 minutes, boys.
Courtesy of my brother. Okay. Count 3.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
I spilled half my beer.
Mine's good.
You win. Yeah. I think that was a loss between Carl and Ryan wins, everybody else loses.
I'm carrying the team.
That was not good.
Wasn't that bad.
No, it's bad.
Against the grain is the block I grow. I'm a 9-yard burner, blue coat, film bow. I'm in my nights just to dance alone. I'm a lonely king, the fire queen on throne. The only air that's got my say is a cold I roll with them exploding. It's the only winds that set my sail. I'm barroom girls and mason jar piling. We pick our streets, fire change, from port to port, the mundane and strange, from sea to pine to swamp and void, back to the wayward souls and lonely farm. Each day is different, but each night's the same. Travel by foot, cause I wanna be your name. I'll be leaving now, got seeds to sow. Wearing on that fold, find a place to go. The only air that's got my say is the cold I roll with them exploding. It's the only winds that set my sail. All the barroom girls and mason jar building. The only air that's got my say is the cold I roll with them exploding. It's the only winds that set my sail. Barroom girls and mason jar piling.
And then so it goes back. That's cool. But I like the chorus.
Oh, that's rough for tonight. But yeah, definitely I'll do the lyrics on that. I mean, sorry, not the lyrics, the verses on that. Yeah, for sure. Or at least the low parts. Fucking A, man. Hey.
Yes, man.
Hey.
Fuck.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
This is fucking cool. Man.
Yeah. What if I can put a drum kit up here?
I literally just about to ask you that. I was gonna see if are you gonna ask him now.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you now. What are the possibilities of me being able to put like? We'll see if I'm. The only thing I'm worried about is maybe I'm not allowed to take one. I mean, of course I'd be allowed to donate a drum kit,
Yeah.
but if I'd be allowed to take it for myself here.
Oh, you mean like bring it here and then just freely take it whenever you want?
Yeah. Also, the only thing is Garrett's camera there, right?
I think so. Oh, look, you recorded this one too. Oh, and your hat.
Yeah.
Of the Q&A, who's the best musician when drunk?
We're gonna find that out.
Yeah, we're gonna play a drunk song for you. We started off with a sober song, and now we're gonna finish it with a drunk song.
Yeah, we don't know what we're gonna play yet, but we'll do
I
it.
think
First-
I got that.
But first, we're gonna finish our first challenge, which is literally it's called the Mousetrap Challenge,
Oh.
and each of us is gonna have to do it. And we're gonna be blindfolded, and you're gonna notice it right away. We're just gonna have our hands hovered above one end, nothing. The other hand, mousetrap. One of our hands has to slam down. Maybe we'll get nothing. Maybe we'll get a mousetrap. This will definitely impede our ability to play drunk.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
So we gotta think this in our logic. Would we screw up somebody's like fingering fingers? Or is it gonna be the picking hand that suffers? I'm double boned.
Oh man.
I need both.
Fucking car.
He said fingering fingers.
Should we cut and get that ready? Then?
Yeah, let's get that ready. Cut! That's a cut!